webcam. Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the stream. Happy Tuesday to you all. I'm Jeff Beish, all about that Beish, and I'm joined by Logan. Logan, what's up, man?
Not much, B. Like we've been talking about for just a little bit. Looking forward every day to Atlanta this weekend, the Tricky Gym 1K. I know a lot's changing in the Gym Leader Challenge meta. It feels like over the next literal couple of days. So the anticipation can't be any higher. I know that you and I are very excited. We've been in discussion almost daily about some of these cards that are coming to the format. Some of the bands that have been talked about over the last little bit. And so I think tonight it's just a perfect time for us to kind of showcase some of these new archetypes, really kind of put them to the test and let's see kind of what they are in the grindstone going into some of these bigger tournaments that we expect in the next couple of weeks with the new Journey Together cards.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And that's the thing that we're doing tonight. We're putting kind of I want to say meta decks. I think that some of these decks have kind of like Logan's in mind, personal touch to them to a certain degree, but they're definitely like lists that contain cards that are doing well throughout the format. And again, we wanted to put them on display for people to kind of see because I think that we're going to see a lot of these cards, kind of the usual suspects, on display at Full Grip Games 1K this Sunday. Oh man, I can't believe it's happening this Sunday again. It just seems so soon. But we got good decks. We're gonna have good games. I think Logan and I are just gonna kind of pick randomly, not tell the other person, and then just kind of get into the games. You guys kind of know what the decks kind of do, but we'll just run down what we brought to the table today, just so you guys have an idea. I brought Rillasaur Grass with Badoo included into it. A card I haven't played too much, but I'm excited to see if 30 HP item lock is still good enough and if Rillasaur is still good enough. Then I've got Hops package over here. Snorlax good, Hop Snorlax good, but really Cram is the show runner, and we got the Hops band as kind of the glue that holds that new kind of package together. I've got my Articuno spam deck, and I say mine, but it's a kind of a brew off of what Icy Briar did. Psychic just got so many options. I couldn't nail down what I thought the Psychic list that would show up would be. You've got Monkey Dory, you've got Psychic Lost Zone. So here's just kind of my take on good old Psychic good stuff. Hitmonbros, of course, and then Lightning Spread, I think, are the two premier spread decks of the format, and both of which are kind of playing pretty well into what the meta has to offer. So, Logan, that's what I got. Tell us about your 5 decks you brought to the table today.
Yep, definitely. So I've got a pretty good array too. Having seen that you had already decided to play Lightning Spread, I had Magnezone kind of picked out too because I've been consistently talking about how I think in the next coming format, Lightning has a chance to really kind of pop up under the radar and be a really good deck. Um, I've got obviously the new Waylord and my Hydro Pump Brew. I'm really excited to kind of throw that out and see how it's going to play. Um, Against some of these other kind of big meta decks. I've got Drago Box. It's been clearly one of my favorite decks over the last couple of months. Love the playstyle, love the rushdown archetype. I've got Dark, just your classic darkness list. Nothing really spicy in here, other than I do have Janine's in my list. I don't see that in a ton of the darkness lists. Other than that, though, all the packages pretty much the same. Galarian, Moltres, for big hitting late numbers, Wheezing, Weavile, Spiritomb, all the guys. My psychic list is Alex Carpenter's league winning list from a couple of weeks ago from Full Grip tournament, the Full Grip League tournament. It has Monkey Dory. It's got the same kind of deal with you. We can loop the Galarian Articuno. We can loop Giratina. It's a really powerful list, really consistent list. So definitely excited for that. And then my last deck that I brought, because I didn't think that it really got too much show a couple of weeks ago, so definitely bring it to the table at least. And if we get a game in with it, then cool. If not, not that worried about it. But we got the fire list, the kind of swamp fire with the Chi-Yu, the Skeledirge, Ninetales, Sunny Day Cast Form, all those guys that I played a couple of weeks back, Spence's list. So
Yeah.
definitely have, like you said, I wanted to see an array of what we think are the best decks of each type. And if we get to some of them, cool. If not, then I'm excited to at least showcase what we think are some of the best four going forward.
Yeah, for sure. Again, like I think there's a couple maybe pretenders on our board. If I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not sure how Hitmon Bros is going to do in a like Swiss round tournament of multiple rounds. I think it's really strong. I think it's really powerful. Just always, it's got that consistency issue that fighting does, where it can just brick and you just lose. So there's that. On your side, fire. Fire's a type that we've talked about, just not quite being what we want it to be. Um, but yeah, that's fire. So we'll see. But I think that they deserve a place at the table. I think people will play them.
Yes.
But I do think Colorless is going to be all over the place. I think that Whale Lord's going to be all over the place. I think Monkey Dory. I think Lasso and Psychic might be kind of a sleeper pick. We don't have it on the table here today. I've been taking my list apart to play Renegade recently over Psychic Lost Zone, so I didn't bring it to the table. But I do think that Psychic Lost Zone is a list that's just always like there in the back of your mind. Do you have a plan for Psychic Lost Zone list? And if you don't, you can just lose. So I don't know. There's a lot. There's a lot to prep for. Again, we're not going to be there. Logan and I, we're going to be in Atlanta, of course, but there's a lot
Yep.
to think about when you're going to be playing in an event where $1,000 is on the line. Are people going to take it more seriously? Are they going to play their fun stuff? I mean, I'm just excited to see, and I'm really happy that they're going to be streaming it. Logan, let's
Yeah,
get to it.
I think we'll be locked in on Sunday probably to that. Almost, you know, I know that I'll be watching most of the day, so
Yeah,
definitely have thoughts next week on what we've seen.
yeah,
All right,
we're
B.
we're trying to get Ben back on the pod
Yeah,
afterwards to talk
sure.
about all the cool stuff that went down. So we'll probably be having a pretty sweet episode of what's it called? What's the podcast I do? Unfazed Facts.
He's back.
Shout out to myself and to Josh. Of course, Logan was on there with us a time or two. So check that out, Unfazed Facts. We had a new episode released today, an episode I was pretty happy with. I don't know if you guys got a chance to watch it all the way in, but we get to the part where Josh is like, all right, what's your most overhyped card? And he's like, we're probably thinking of the same one. I was like, I don't know about that. He's like, well, on the count of three, let's say it together. One, two, three. Say completely different things. And I think Josh is going to die for like 3 minutes coughing and laughing. I was like, oh, God. I didn't think Iono's Kilowattrel was going to roll off either of our mouths, but
Came off of yours pretty easily. It
it,
sounded like the.
it did. I thought it was pretty easy. All right, I'm going to pick my deck. I'm going to get locked in. I honestly, I don't know what I'm going to pick. I kind of want to pick my fun thing, but I feel like I should pick the deck that people want to see. But what do people want to see? I think they want to see this deck.
I
Okay.
say that. I almost say that for safety of it, because we did play a Whale Lord colorless kind of threesome a couple of weeks ago.
I did
So
not pick colorless, so I don't know if that makes you
okay,
want to bring out the whale, then bring out the whale.
okay. So let's do that, and we'll see. That way we can see it into a different deck in the format. We'll go from there.
Cool. I picked lightning spread. I'll go ahead and tell you. I've been
Okay.
kind of wanting
Well,
to see this matchup. If I'm going
sure.
to be honest with you,
I
which is
think
why
I
I kind
think
of
I
egg
have
you on
to.
there.
Yep. Yep.
I don't think it's that good in lightning spread's favor. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah,
And
we talked about this one last
yeah,
couple of days.
and then I think you even mentioned before as we were kind of prepping decks, you made a quick change right at the end. Logan, do you want to tell everyone what change you kind of made right there at the end?
Yeah, so I took out a card in the deck for Manaphy. I'm not a huge bench barrier. I'm not as big of a bench barrier have to have as Beishi is. Like I don't have to leave home, without my bench barrier. He can stay at the house some nights. But I think that from all the talk, from everything that I've heard in the interwebs, spread is just going to be very prevalent in the upcoming kind of meta tournaments. So, got Manaphy in the deck to provide that bench barrier. That way, in case we decide, we need it in certain matchups, which in this one we're definitely going to try to get Manaphy out, then we have access to it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be rough. Lee
We have to
brings
figure out
up
the luck to pay for it.
Devo TM Most lightning spread lists I've seen have not been playing Devo TM. I'm still not on Devo TM and lightning spread. I am playing
Yeah,
Devo TM and Hitmon Bros, but I do like. There's like so many different low key techs you can go with lightning spread. Like Minim Raichu is one that I think people consider. The Electa Kid is one that people are considering. Um, there's the more Pico that we saw win in AIC tournament that people kind of have. So there's just kind of like all these like one or two like flex spots that people are playing, and I think Devo TM is honestly the best one. So shout out to Lee in chat for mentioning that one.
what do you think
Jaybird,
about the Rotom that one place did well? I know you talked about it on the podcast, but
yeah. I mean that Rotom's
absolutely
pretty cool. I don't have enough experience with it,
intense.
to be honest. I don't have the card either, so I would have had to proxy it for tonight. I think that card's good. Like that list was super sweet and awesome, right? I don't know if I would drive 8 hours for and try to win $1,000 with it. I guess is what I'm getting with. I think it's
Uh,
good though, but that's kind of where my brain is at. Like I want to try it and trusted 60 if I'm going to be spending that money to make that money. All right, Logan, heads or tails? What you feeling? Well, I know it's heads,
That's
but all right, tails it is. We will be going second. Oh yeah. I think another reason lightning spread is kind of reasonable to play, especially into like a big tournament like this, is you're gonna have maybe 2 games in that 6 or 7 game spread where maybe Zapdos Donk just wins you the game and you can rest your brain for the rest of the tournament and go and get a meal or something like that. I think having a little Donk package is actually kind of reasonable.
maybe a quick game in
If
earnest.
let's see. If I find a lightning energy, I have potentially 120 on board for turn 1. So heads
Okay.
up, Logan.
I've got a pair of basics, so I mean there is that, but I don't have much. Let's go there. I'm going first, so that's okay. That just yet. Play these out. Let's get into this.
All right. Spence says you got to play Swamp Fire. Who's even playing the new Wailord? Everybody.
Of course. Of
Everybody.
course.
We're
All right,
setting
I
Donk
will
Mareep in the active, baby.
draw for turn. Very
This card right here is another reason to play 70 HP basics, especially in your water list. If you're not on 70 HP Sobble and Remoraid, get it before the 1K, baby.
yeah, definitely. 100%. We both have decks that just eat 60 HP Pokemon.
They've
All
been
right.
soft banned out of the format.
We'll go dive ball.
All right.
That.
Love that gold dive ball, by the way.
Yeah, I bought it several years ago in Knoxville after 4-0ing with Hydro Pump, Blastoise, all the good stuff. Really enjoyed that. Let's do our base Logan cheater prize check real quick.
Mm-hmm. I always talk to people, and I'm always like, man, we should just do the cheater prize check as a rule, right? Like singles
Or
and
like a V-star marker, you can use this during your first deck check. I watch some of the online gameplay for one channel, and they host a in-person tournament,
Mm-hmm.
and they have a card that they lay out that is the prize check card, and they can use it during their first deck search.
I like that idea.
All right, so Snom not likely living the turn. Got a water energy. Really want to play it down. Probably, honestly, just gonna hold it. See what we top deck. Go from there. I will pass to Yubi.
All right, we'll draw here. So I've got Mareep in the active, but I've got like literally nothing else. Like I had electric power, I have escape rope. If you had retreated Snom, we were gonna put you in kind of a difficult spot. forcing you to either go back up into Snom or Remoraid. I think Snom is a fair trade off. You didn't get Sobble down on turn one, which is really sweet, but we need to find energy and we need to find other basics to get going. So I've got Cynthia, and this is the reason why I really like Cynthia in Lightning decks specifically, is that like this first turn, you don't want to be, dipping things out of your hand or discarding them kind of early. And Cynthia's just gonna hopefully give us a fresh six. I'm gonna draw into some of the same cards I just put back though, of course, as it always is. Jaybird mentioning been testing a lot with fire, different variations with the Croc and Friends. Yeah, I like how flexible that card's been. I was a hater at first, but some people turned me around to it. Um,
I
so
do
yeah.
have it tonight, Jaybird, so it may make an appearance in on speed.
All right, Adam asking how's hydro pump water feel these days? I think it's busted, but I've
Pretty
always kind of
good.
thought hydro pump water was busted. It keeps
Yep.
getting better.
I don't.
The weakness remains the same, which I think is really nice about it.
Mhm.
Looks like, oh dang, this happened a couple times today. Is that my camera has kind of frozen on us a bit. So let's see if I can get it back
Ah, yep. I can't even tell.
up. All right, there we go. That should do it. Perfect. All right, drawing my six off of Cynthia.
Go.
Busted.
There's your basics.
All right, no energy though.
Good
Kind of a
energy.
bummer. Here's Blitzel. Here's going to be Buddy Buddy Poffin. We'll do our cheater prize check here. Stormy, 2 energy. That's why. Guzma, Ordinary Rod. All the good stuff is in our prizes. But I get to do some pretty nice things here. I get to grab the eel. So we'll grab Tynamo here. And then off of Buddy Buddy, I get to get my Electabuzz going, which is kind of all you could ever ask for on a turn one here. So I'm very happy with
Right.
how this turn ended up, even though we're missing the KO. It'll be okay. You have no real attackers set up over there, and you don't
Right.
have access to Sobble Drizzile. So, we'd
Yep.
love for you to put some more things down on your bench before we really get into spreading. So, all of this to be said, we will pass to you after that.
Draw for turn. That is very good top deck for me. I really like that. Okay. So our hand was chock full of final cards, in-game cards. We got Rescue Stretcher, we got Nessa. We just did top deck Veluza. We have Scoop Up Net. We got a Water Energy.
Okay.
So we're gonna play this out, and we did have Octillery. That's why we went Remoraid instead of Drizzile. No out to Drizzile. So I'd rather take my chances drawing cards. So we'll bench Veluza. We'll attach Water Energy to Veluza. We will evolve into Octillery. Kind of hate having to do this for this kind of play, but it's okay. I think we're definitely wanting to draw and see more cards. Scoop Up Net the Snom into our free retreat. Staryu. We will free bench the Snom and draw 3 off of Abyssal. Great here. We do have Guzma, we got Letter, we got Intelli. So, put Guzma something up, doesn't really feel like play. Everything has 1 retreat. The Electabuzz does have 2. Would take him a little bit probably to get the Electabuzz going. What's that first attack? It's 10, flip for paralysis.
Yep. 10 flip for paralysis.
Right. Let's
Say with Electivour always looming, it's like, do you really want to boss up anything that can attack? Of course.
Yeah, I mean, I am running back into the Snom, because I've got the Moth Prize, so the Snom's not doing me any good anyway. I'm gonna retreat this Staryu, so gonna force kind of a card out of you anyway. Let's Guzma up.
It's the buzz. I feel it. It's the buzz.
I agree. Guzma up the Buzz. We'll go into the Snom. Pass the turn from there, B.
All right, Zach Zag. I like Magneton a lot, and Lightning feels like it steals my Zebra slot though. I think so. Check out Magnezone or Lightning Zone is a sweet list. It runs all of them. And
Yeah.
Magnezone's kind of a late game card. So that's
Yep.
actually a pretty good draw there. Because I didn't really want to discard Rescue Stretcher or Lucamine yet. So I got Iono off the rip.
Nice.
All right, let's go Evo Soda here. I do just want to grab Zebstrika. I know your hand's not great, but
You don't know that.
neither's mine. I think I could tell by the way that you're playing that your hand's not great.
I
Uh
mean, because I didn't have a turn 2 back Excalibur.
yeah, I mean that's really the rip. So I am actually maybe a little bit tempted to just like maybe sprint all this away actually instead of Ionoing and finding something different here. I think that's like technically right? Like you don't have Vulpix or anything. You don't have an attacker down. Veluza's a couple turns away. I mean, I think I gotta play my percentages. So we're gonna discard Iono, Stretcher, and Lucamine here, and we'll draw 4 cards. Good choice by us, by the way. These are cards I don't really mind discarding too if we get to stuff later on.
Sure.
Here is Flaffy. Here's Arvin. And I think Arvin maybe just has to kind of get us going. Here's Letter. I could KO with a Muscle Band. And I'm interested in getting rid of your thing in the active that could potentially accelerate energy. So I think that's the game plan here. Let's play Letter. Let's go. Boom. Boom.
50 HP, not lightning weak, the Snom.
Oh, okay. Is it? Then never mind.
Yeah.
We
Just
won't
remind.
grab
Yep.
Muscle
Yep.
Band.
Yep.
Probably better just to get a retreat tool just in case then. I don't know why in my brain, but I always like Air Balloon first, but we're going to go with Floatstone. I think it's just because Floatstone's slightly more expensive. I just want to save it for later. All right. Nothing wrong with putting damage on the board here. So let's go Energy on Electabuzz and let's Thundershock. 10 to the active. Flip a coin. If it's heads, you're paralyzed. You're paralyzed.
Draw for turn. It's a very good / bad thing to see. We top deck Professor's Research, so all these late game cards going away, but what expense we definitely will see.
Yep.
We will Professor's Letter for water energy. Worth drawing a card before the research. Are we going to be able to parry down to less than? Probably not. Maybe. I don't know. What do you think, B? What would you do?
I hate research as a card.
Yeah, I do too.
Because of this exact spot right here, right? Like you play cards in your deck for a reason, and you're thinking about them in the matchup, and they've been in your hand up until this point, and now you're like, I need to play the game, right?
Yeah.
How do I play the game? And so I think research is how you play the game.
Right.
It pains me to see, but I would research. I don't know. Like if you draw something, if you draw a Nessa and then have to discard it here, are you going to be super sad?
Nessa and Research, Nessa and Rescue Stretch are already both in hand.
No. Oh, sorry, friend.
They're gone already.
Yeah.
So I think that being the fact, I'll leave Abyssal. I'll go ahead and research away Nessa, Rescue Stretcher, and Inteleon.
What's the top card going to be?
Boss.
Oh, okay. That's one you probably didn't want to discard, so that's at least nice to see.
I agree. We'll play Syrian Heavy Ball.
How do you keep your GLC collection organized? Been finding myself buying all the staples I already have. So, I do a couple different things. I'm colorblind, so like color coding's not for me. But like I've got these dual deck boxes where I keep kind of like some pretty fun matchups in case I bring them out. And then I have like a organization box where I have like these things. I have them all in hand because I've been doing them. Like this one says tools on it. And I got like one of these for each type and stuff like that. And it goes in like a little container box I have over there. And that's how I keep all my stuff sorted. But I'm like, building decks like almost like every day, it feels like, or at least it used to feel like that.
Yeah, and I have one of each type built always, so I need usually almost 10 of the staple trainers anyway. So, um, and keeping them organized is about like that. I know what is in decks, and then I alphabetize all of my trainers in a box. I have all the different Pokemon that I may need to pull out in a binder. So,
Nice. Alphabetized is crazy, Logan.
yep, yep.
Your
But I
analytics
mean,
background is showing.
yep, it's how it is. All right, B. No other unplayables. 6 cards in hand. I think I'm gonna pass from there.
All right. We'll draw here. That's an interesting draw. That's a Volkner. Volkner is find an energy card here. We're still a little bit away from attacking. I do get an item card, so I could get like a Dynamotor here. I could discard 2 energy. And then if we could maybe get Regieleki going this turn. Regieleki is taking 2 KOs and setting up a pretty good one for the following turn if I can get into that. It's a little risky, but like we don't have a lot else going on. So I kind of like Volkner being played here. We do need to find a couple different things, and that's okay. It's probably just going to be Evolution Incense here. And then a Lightning Energy. I might just grab Level Ball, to be honest. Again, if this is kind of my play, getting into Electabuzz this turn doesn't make a ton of sense. Let's go ahead and Level Ball here. Let's grab ourselves an Eel. I might be being a little too hasty. But I just got to find 1 energy off of these 4 cards, right? Like, easy peasy
All right.
lemon squeezy. Sure, there's 2 in my prizes, and there's 1 attached to Electabuzz, but like, come on. We're going to find it. So I do have Field Blower in hand, and Hex Maniac too. But I'm going to be honest. We got weakness, baby. We don't need it. So I'm going to sprint away. Field Blower, Hex Maniac, 2 energy. Let's draw 4. There's Recycle. That's like the best energy we could have found.
Yep.
Yeah. So, hey, our play paid off. Let's go 2 energy on Regieleki here. Let's go Recycle energy. My play is a little rough for a couple of reasons, but I'm not too worried about it. Let's go up into Regieleki. This is going to set you back a ton, I think. So, yeah, there's Regieleki. Yeah, from here, let's just Terra Spark. We're going to do 120 to the active. We'll put 40 on Octillery. Put it in that 50 HP range.
Okay.
And 40 on Staryu.
All right.
Because it's 2 things.
Yep. Had the Starmie last turn. Should have evolved it. Was thinking about possible free retreat escape rope shenanigans, but it's okay. All right. We will draw for turn. Ugh, none of this is getting any better. We will attach to our Veluza.
Yep.
We've got Boss and Colress in hand. We could boss up one of your accelerators. We could boss up the Zebstrika. Doesn't feel terrible. Cards in hand.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 off my
Doesn't
prizes, 3 in hand.
Feel terrible to boss the Zebstrika. But gosh, we're not setting up. We are not drawing any cards even after that. We're down to 5 cards after the attachment. I think we just have to Colress and fortunately take out this Regieleki and do what we can. We'll Colress for 5.
Yep.
5 new cards. Hopefully we get some playables. We can parry that down with our artillery. This is kind of how I've been feeling like this matchup kind of exists. It in my opinion is and has been that Regieleki is a very threatening Pokemon to water right now in general. It can one shot the whale unless playing something like Weakness Guard Energy, but none of these Hydro Pump lists are going to be playing that. Um,
Well, just imagine if you'd been able to get Manaphy down already, though. I've just did all that effort and I got rid of 40 more HP on a Snom. So,
yeah,
like, I think it just
sure,
depends on, like, hey, does Water have all the stuff to set up? And we were very
yeah.
fortunate off our Cynthia. I mean, we missed the energy attachment that turn, but we went, like, basic buddy buddy poffin. Here's all the cards I need. So, again, a little bit of luck here on our side. I'll take it all day, every day, though.
Arvin, Hex, Evo Incense, Water Energy. You can play the Evo Incense and fail it to draw a card, but really doesn't feel great. I think this is just where it's at. We just have to take the knockout with Hydro Pump 120 and take a prize.
All right, we'll go up into Zebstrika here.
Most useless prize of them.
All right, and we'll draw. All right, let's go trainer's mail here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Wow, the most useless one. There's greens. We'll shuffle that up in a bit. We did find Electivire. We got Recycle Energy for Zebstrika. So we'll go ahead and Dynamotor 2 energies here onto Electivire. Gonna I don't even think benching the Minim's worth it at this point. You've got no bench.
Yep.
We're about to take out your draw card.
Yep. Or
The hand's not good enough to keep it. So what bad happens here? So what bad happens here? So I'm not going to take the KO, right? It's weak to lightning, but it's 120, right?
right.
So I think I actually do go Minimum here. Because then that guarantees me a attack next turn for 20 on the active. So let's discard Recycle Energy. Let's go up into Electivire. And then I will High Voltage Current. We'll take a prize.
And your Minim's attack cost is a colorless energy.
It's a colorless for one attack. It's a lightning for another attack.
Colorless is the 20 though.
No, the lightning one is it does 10 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon. I'm
Okay.
sorry, Lightning Spread, that I ever doubted you. I'm sorry.
HP on the Electivire is 140.
40. So you'd have to commit another energy.
And then I could hex you and just bank on the fact that you don't have a lightning energy in that hand already, but you had a bunch prized.
I had 2
Took
prized.
another prize. Probably have one in hand.
I do. I'll
Yeah,
go
to
ahead.
not. It's okay. To not. I wasn't. It doesn't affect my decision. To not lose the game, I'm going to play Arvin. Off of Arvin. Yeah.
First Lecky attack did 40 and 40 to the Staryu, and it did 40 to the Octillery. And I took
Yep.
out the Snom and the active. So then the Electivire popped up and it just did 100 to our friend over there.
Buddy Floatstone. Buddy Poppin' Floatstone.
Yeah, I didn't put anything on the Veluza because I needed to set up the Octillery and then take the prize off the Staryu.
Play Buddy. And then we will Hydro Pump for knockout.
All right. Electivire is down. All right, I got a couple things I can do. I think we'll probably go up into Zebstrika here, and we'll draw. That's a pretty good draw. That's pretty close to GG's. If we have the card in our deck. So let's Raihan and Energy onto Zebstrika here. I think we stored it at the bottom of our deck, if I'm not mistaken. No, maybe I discarded already. I did, so it's not quite there. It's probably still the card that I get, though. Or it's probably, that's probably the card that I get. All right. We'll bench Pikachu. I'm going to go Recycle Energy. I'm going to go Muscle Band. And then I'm going to discard Guzma and 2 energy here. And we will draw 4 off of our sprint. Cool. We'll go ahead and go energy onto Minim. We'll go energy onto Pikachu.
Okay.
We'll retreat Zebstrika here. Go up into Minim. And then I'll Electro Shower. It does 10 everywhere, which it should do 20 to the active for our KO. Set us up a nice Raichu play, potentially.
Play Memento. Two water. Ridgebacks.
Yep.
Okay. And I think we really just kind of have to go for it. Need a water energy.
Okay.
Need to kind of top deck the water energy.
He's got rare candy play. Or maybe access to Drizzile.
Got access to Drizzile. So let's promote the Floatstone in hand too. So let's promote the Sobble. Drop
Okay.
return. Alright, let's go Drizzile, Shady Dealings. Already have the Baxcalibur in hand. Let's see. Teammates in the deck. Prize though. Nope. Teammates. Alright, we will teammates.
Alright. Rare candy, way to get energy. Or rare candy, just energy.
Definitely rare candy, way to get energy. Teammates for 2. See them. Candy into backs. Patience bucket.
Yep.
2 waters. Cold. Pages on these cards wearing down on me, B. They're like sticking. Alright, we'll go Floatstone. Go ahead and super cold to Drazy. Good. Treat into Baxcalibur, who is not weak to lightning. So definitely not a bad attacker in this scenario.
Yep.
We will Hydro Splash or Buster Tail, something like that, for 130.
Alright, Minim, be done. For all I felt like we've been doing, we're only ahead by 1 on prize, and I think we're going to maybe miss a KO this turn. So all of that be set. All right, here's Raichu. Here is a Zapdos. Gonna go ahead and play Speed Energy on the Zapdos here. See what we draw. I will. Hmm. There's no. Well, actually, I guess there's better things I could play, right? Let's go Ultra Ball here, and let's discard Hisuian Heavy Ball and Guzman Hala, and let's get a Tapu Koko here. I probably a bit of mistake here going Zapdos on the bench, if I'm going to be honest with you. All right, U-turn board here, counter gain onto the Tapu Koko because why not? And then let's draw 4. Okay. Still haven't played a supporter yet. I think that's the play, honestly. So here's VS Seeker.
Mm-hmm.
And have I used Escape Rope already? Or is Escape Rope prized?
Thought you had it at one point in time, but can't remember.
I've got no more evolutions in deck, so let's play Incense just to double check, and there it is. Okay.
There it is. Yep. Thought you had it at one point.
All right, so let's VS Seeker for our Raihan. Let's go ahead and Raihan an energy from the discard pile onto Tapu Koko here. Let's go and get a card.
A Drizzle. No.
Yeah, this is going to let us get rid of Drizzile. So it was like between like Hex, like I could VS Seeker Hex, but like you've already got energy on board. But like the thing that's going to get you back in this game is getting into Inteleon. So let's VS Seeker here, or let's Escape Rope. Force you to switch into Drizzile.
Yep.
We'll go up into Raichu. The thing is, like, we still have, a chance at, where our deck is really thin. We still have Electro Power in there too. So, like, this Zapdos is potentially lethal as well. Even our Zebstrika is getting close.
Right.
So we'll go ahead. We're going to put 1 energy on Tapu Koko with our Dynamotor. And then I'm going to put 1 energy on Zebstrika with our Dynamotor. And then that still leaves. To be fair, I should probably leave 2 for a Regieleki, shouldn't I? This is going to put. Yeah, I think that's technically the rightest thing to do. All right, from here we will collateral bolts. We'll do 100 to Drizzile because of weakness. We'll do 50 to Excalibur.
That hurts. For sure. Backs up to 60. Backs promotion. Draw per turn. Really see much of a way out. A lot of energy. Did just get discarded. No, collateral bolt keeps it on board, doesn't it?
Collateral bolt. You're talking about?
When did you?
Yeah. Collateral bolt. So it's still got 2 energy attached.
Okay.
Yeah. And if I attach another energy, it does 120.
Can you read me collateral bolt?
Yeah, collateral bolt. This attack does 50 damage to each Pokemon that has a damage counter on it.
On it already.
Yep.
Got it.
That's what the minimum's for.
Yep. All right, bet. Okay. Okay. So now we're in a weird spot here. We can Hex. I don't think Hex matters too much unless said we're in an Alecki play. We are taking the knockout on this Raichu.
So if you take a knockout on
Hex.
Raichu, Recycle Energy pops back to hand, and then Tapu Koko's 100 Electro Ball cleans up.
Yeah.
So you are, I don't want to say dead on board,
As
but you are
as
close to,
cooked as it is.
yeah. Yeah, pretty close. Pretty close.
Yeah, I don't see a way out. Um, I haven't for a little bit. Let's go. I mean, we can nest ball for the whale, baby whale. No, said I don't really see it. I'm gonna have to attack in with this turn. Anything else that I send up is pretty much just GG2. So I'll skip them up B. We'll
Okay.
play it. Play another. 'Cause like you said, it's game on board basically.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. And I had Muscle Band last turn. Just thinking about it, I guess we were doing 140 to the
Poor
or
little Drizzle.
Drizzile. It felt right. It felt like the right thing we had to do. I'm going to be honest. I know that matchup seemed like kind of one sided to a certain degree. I was sweating that entire game. Like I was just like those last couple turns. I was sitting there being like, "Man, are we about to lose from kind of like a pretty strong position?" Like that's how scary that water deck can be, man. And then you got ice resistance there too, or you have ice Pokemon that have metal resistance instead. So kind of crazy. Um,
Right. Yeah, that's what I've always thought that it had going for it against like a lightning matchup is that you can just kind of usually get back Excalibur out and get rolling, but math just mathed out, and I don't know. I don't think my thoughts are changed too much
okay.
because I think that my thought is that it's not if water sets up, it's you have to set up as water or your board is getting destroyed. You
That's
have to. There's no if you set up. It's if you don't, you are dead in the water, so to
yeah,
speak.
yeah, yeah. I feel you. I feel you on that one. Water's got to set up, and it's usually
Yeah.
turn to Drizzile.
Yep.
So you had a couple of dead hands there at the beginning. I mean, you still had
Yeah.
plays,
Yeah.
but it wasn't
A
strong.
lot of late game cards early.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Where do we want to go next?
Uh, I'm picking up hops. I think.
Okay, let's do that. Let's do it. Psychic or dark, either or are a pretty good matchup.
Lars mentioning that they just thought about that Raichu. It seems pretty good. Yeah, I like that Raichu a lot. The Collateral Bolts Raichu. I know some people like aren't the biggest fans of it, and I'll throw that out there nicely. I think it's good, but obviously, like it in the mirror, in the spread mirror, you are getting totally destroyed. And my thought has always been Lightning has the worst spread matchup anyway. You've got a lot of tiny Pokemon that don't do a ton of damage unless you can get Electivire out. Like
Yeah.
Electivire is your beefiest boy. So,
Right.
excuse me.
Yeah,
So,
Lightning has a bad spread matchup itself. Didn't even really consider that. The only way to kind of combat it would be like throwing a Thunderous in there and sticking it active, but
even Thunderous,
you're
they
not
switch it out
you're
of the active. If you've attacked
not
with it,
doing
it's
what you
done
want to
too.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it's just something like I'm just like, why not have an extra 50 damage attacker? And then if you're playing Raichu, I think you have to play that minimum. Those are just my thoughts. So,
Yeah, nifty. And Lightning Spread, I will say, one those are a couple of our favorite decks to pilot. Base definitely is really good with his Lightning Spread. He knows the lines correctly, and so when he gets a hand and ability to set up, he's usually going to run you off board pretty quick.
yeah.
So I was fortunate to be in there, but I know the lines too, and I know that it's to get Vax Caliber out if you can, and start swinging with Dax. Like
Yeah. Zach
he's your
saying
guy.
rough seas law. Yeah, I mean you're not winning a rough seas matchup most of the time. Now, if they are playing rough seas, you got to pivot to the Reggie Alecki plan, right? You got to be taking KOs in the active. You might have to go Raichu's second attack, which again people overlook Raichu's second attack, 3 energy, 120. Like that's still pretty good. Like then you've got Zapdos to kind of clear up early. Yeah, there are ways around rough seas, but yeah, you do not want to see rough seas as any spread deck. I mean, we'll say that now. It is a rough time. Is one of the reasons why you kind of consider, you can't really play Chaotic Swell because you need to play Silent Lab for bench barriers, but like, it's always in the back of my head. If you saw my Desk Buddy videos and it's a Watto tech, uh, is that Mimikyu that stops healing?
Yeah.
That's what I had to play, right? Like Rough Seas is rough. And it's in the name.
And realistically, Water has about 80 cards that it wants to play. So
Yeah,
let's just all be honest with ourselves.
that's yeah, that's fair too.
Water's biggest limitation is 60 card deck. That I'm being straight.
I mean, you only need one, right?
People are playing and it
Just need Drizzile.
I it's fun, I guess, but I just don't see it. I guess you cut the moth, cut the snom, and then you have to cut something else. But people are playing both Excalibur and Blastoise. I know Josh was talking about it on the podcast. I know Andrew played it last week like that.
I mean, that was my list
Like,
for a while.
I get it. I just think it's
People just want to play
another piece.
Blastoise.
Yeah.
People just want to play
That's
Blastoise. I just want to play
favorite.
Blastoise. And I wanted to play Water's strongest card, Kyogre. Like, that is, like, at its core, at its root, we shouldn't be
Yeah,
scared of Wailord. We should be scared of Kyogre. And then the great thing
attack.
about Kyogre is you just time your Marnies and your Ionos, and you're just like, find that energy. Can you get it now? All
Could
right.
be 1 second in this one. I got Socket.
All right. And 7. Oh my god. Logan, I'm sorry. What did you do today? Did you hit someone in the face?
Oh, this is how all of our games go. I hope to not hit you at any point in Atlanta. I think you would be the only person that I'll just be like, well, let's go have lunch, B. 40 minutes. Our time to be served better.
I just got fan him. I mean, I'm sorry.
All right. I got Mew.
All right. Let's start our turn by doing the most busted thing that you can do in all of Gym Winter Challenge, which is fan call. Once during your turn, once during your first turn, search your deck for up to 3 colorless Pokemon with 100 HP or less, reveal them, and put them into your hand. So let's go prize checking. There's Hops Cramorant, but that's the only one, which is, I'm going to be honest, kind of sick that that's our only Pokemon prize because we don't need that for a couple turns at least. Let's go find ourselves some Pokemon. Definitely going to be a Squovit time, maybe Bidoofi as well. And then I'm playing Doduo in my list. So,
Yeah.
is it better to skip the Squovit for now? 'Cause I
You're
can
not
always just
stashing that hand away. Probably.
Yeah, so I think let's just go Bidoof, Doduo, and then let's get Dodrio. Because guess what? Dodrio's got 100 HP. So
Yeah.
I can just go ahead and get the evolution. And my hand's not that great. So if Logan opts to kind of like, Iono me or Marnie me here, this is kind of like a good bait too. So thank you, Fanrodom. You are very good at what you do. The one thing I'll say is I do not have an energy attachment this turn. But we will pass to you from here.
Draw turn. Go ahead and start our turn with Mysterious Tail.
Okay.
Robin's perfect. We'll take Buddy Buddy.
Nice.
Really gonna like what happens next.
Uh-oh.
Well, let's see what's prized.
I'll say, is it
That's always
Frozen
fun.
City plus Rainbow Energy plus Monkey? Because that would be busted. That's one of the reasons why I was like, let's not throw down an easy Squovit 60 HP prize.
Crazy. No. I have it like that. Got a lot though. Got access to a lot. Got a perfect setup hand, which is exactly what Socket wants to do. All right, Buddy Buddy is going to get us a couple of the little guys. We're going to start with Ralts and Natsu. We're going to go Arvin. Arvin's going to get us Battle VIP Pass.
Oh, busted.
U-turn board. Turn board on Mew. Battle VIP pass.
Is it sad that I'm like not scared? This is like when you know Colors is busted. Is like Logan has just set up 4,000 things, and I'm like, that's pretty good.
Scary thing about Frozen City is that I don't want to fuel your Dodrio any like further. So I'm actually not going to pop Frozen City into play. Now, the deck favors the monkey, but off this battle VIP pass, we're going to go get Wobbuffet.
Mm-hmm.
I think probably Inkay. The
Are you playing
setup
TiVo
going.
Evo or TM Evo in your list, Logan?
I don't think the list has TMU.
Okay. Lars just mentioned the Evo TM would have been better.
Yeah,
Obviously,
I'm gonna check.
Mew plus
I agree.
U-turn board is busted, but
No, no,
I,
Evo TM not in deck. So
uh,
yeah, I definitely agree. I think that would have been a strong play, but not there quite yet. So we're gonna go EK like this, like where we're at. Retreat into Wobbuffet. Having the energy in hand. Really want to attach it. If anywhere, it's probably one of the Ralts. I think we'll just hold it for next turn. A couple of interesting plays. So let's just pass the turn from there.
all right. We'll draw here. All right. Getting into Wob there was pretty good, if I'm going to be honest with you.
Yep. No, you
If
have the Drio, so
yeah, so I do have Battle Compressor VS Seeker, which is a pretty interesting line. And I could go and get like Guzman Hala, and I could get Hop Snorlax into the active, and I could actively take a KO this turn. I could also get like Arvin Escape Rope and get into some of my abilities, which would be great. And I could also parallel you here. If I play this Colress Tenacity. And then I could chip in with Fan Rotom, but Fan Rotom is going to be missing a KO on this Wobbuffet. So, I like if you're colorless, you don't want to be missing on KOs, right? So let's start with the Battle Compressor because I know that there's at least a Battle VIP pass in my deck that I do not want. I could go Guzma, but Guzma doesn't really get me the energy that I want. Nothing really gets me the energy that I want. Except like Guzman Hala. If I go, trying to think about what to do here. All right, so no Battle VIP pass is getting bent here. Looking for a supporter that will help me out here. And it might just be Guzmahala, to be honest. Snorlax is going to maybe be return KO, but you don't really have any active attackers at the moment. But I do have Mao and Lana as my only heal card, so like Snorlax isn't attacking twice. I kind of want to save that 200 for when it matters. Guzmahala does get me Muscle Band, and it gets me Powerful Colorless Energy, which is exactly 110. Wobbuffet's HP is 110, right?
yes.
So that's a lot of resources to put into this, but I kind of think I'm okay doing it for what it means.
And this is what people I feel like don't bank on, and it is that colorless players play one way, and it is greedy. And usually it pays off for them.
Yes, right?
Yes, I agree.
It's not super greedy, but it is definitely greedy.
Turbo. Like I say greedy. I should say turbo. It's like you'll expunge your resources to take KOs. You know,
Because we got Squelbit,
Wob
baby.
Wob's a good KO to take too.
All right, Guzman we got a discard here. I mean, my hand's just pretty good. But I think I got to get rid of Quick Ball. And I think I got to get rid of... Oh, this is tough because I have Ultra Ball in hand too.
Oof.
And I want that for Babarrel next turn, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to get out from under all this bad stuff. I could. I think it's got to be Lana's fishing rod. So let's go and get the stuff. There's powerful. I think I am just going to get Artisan here. We'll save the parallel for when it's a little bit more devastating, I think. And then please tell me I'm playing Muscle Band, or else this entire play is dumb and I've wasted everyone's time. Oh, am I really not running Muscle Band?
Oh, we cut it for the hops band.
Did we?
I don't
All
know.
right, let's walk this play back a little bit. Well, people want to see good plays.
I agree.
People want to see good plays here. Is any of this different though? I don't think I can walk it back too far. All right, so we can get Artisan. Let's just take the KO anyway. Artisan is eventually going to get me that, but we're going to have to get a DCE here. And then a retreat tool. Or yeah, U-turn board. All right. U-turn board. There is double colorless energy. Off of Artisan, we'll grab hops. All right. Go ahead and retreat here. Go up into hops, Snorlax. Kind of regretting that I discarded Lana's fishing rod now. But that's okay. Go up into hops, Snorlax. Let's evolve into Dodrio. And then let's just dynamic press for 200. Take a prize. We do 80 to ourselves. Hate that had to happen that way, but it did.
Promote Mew. Drop turn. All right. Let's rock and roll, baby. Let's start with Not Stretcher for Wob.
Okay.
Evolve into Xatu.
Oh, double energies on the Wobbuffet here.
Clairvoyant Sense and draw 2. Pretty good card to draw here, actually. We can. Now that Hops Band is in play and we're going to be taking this knockout, Field Blower feels not as bad to lose. I know that there's a parallel city coming, but we do have a couple of stadiums to combat that.
There's a Luxcape too. Just
yeah.
out there. There's a Luxcape somewhere in my deck.
I think got a lot of really good cards right now is the thing.
I think, again, looking back at the list, I should probably be playing Muscle Band. Missing out on that KO is so brutal right there with the Fan Rotom. Pushing 110 for Wob is probably a reason. So if you're watching this stream, play Muscle Band. I think it's good, especially if you're playing like Dodrio too. I think the card I probably don't like is Fighting Fury Belt. I think I'd rather have it over Fighting Fury Belt.
We'll go Ultra Ball away, Hisuian Heavy Ball, and Basic. Psychic Energy for our Malamore. Malamore into play. We have Versus Seeker in hand, so we have Versus Seeker, Arven, guaranteed Carlia.
Okay.
But let's see what this Mysterious Tail hits. Probably honestly should have done it prior to. We have the energy on board now with the Psychic Recharge. We can Psychic Recharge to the Wob. Wob's definitely taking this knockout. There's one thing that I've learned from watching Full Grip and the way that they play it is that you can take in a knockout with Wob. It's a very strong position to be in.
It's the most busted thing you can do in Psychic.
We all know. All right, Mysterious Tail. Look at the top 6. 6. I'll take Town Map off of Mysterious Tail.
All right.
All right, then we will Versus Seeker for Arven and play it. Selves.
Ooh, what other tool is your Psychic list playing?
Level Ball. I don't know that it is playing any other tool.
No, that feels
Um,
rough.
oh, muscle band, muscle band,
Okay, all right.
plant muscle. We'll take level ball and muscle band. Level ball for Perlia. We got field blower. We got frozen city. We got town map, and we can play down the town map to secure a surprise. Take. Um, I think the thing is that I just don't really want to discard any of these cards to refinement. So I think I'll wait on refinement. Psychic recharge and energy onto Wob. Retreat into Wob. Psychic assault or knockout.
All right, Hops Relax
Oh,
is down.
I'm gonna play this town map B.
Sure.
That's the a lot of the energy's promised, so we're definitely taking.
All right, I'm gonna go up in the Dodrio here because I got Bird Keeper. I've got Colress's Tenacity in hand, but I'm thinking I'll probably be playing this Bird Keeper here. So let's draw. I could still just get Jet Energy Parallel here, but you'll probably just ditch the Mew in all honesty. We're not taking a KO, but I just need to find something else to do. So let's Bird Keeper into Fan Rotom with our U-turn board. Let's draw 3 cards.
Your camera's frozen, D.
Uh,
I was like, Snorlax is still out there for a reason.
all right. Let's go, camera. Turn on for me, baby. I don't know what the deal is. Some days it's like perfect, and then some days this happens. Let's see if it turned. There we go. All right, there's my first card off of Bird Keeper, second, and third. Okay. So, kind of like this. Kind of like where we're at here. All right, here's Oren Guru. I'm going to retreat into Dodrio here.
Okay.
I'm going to escape rope.
Some draws in. It's probably just got to be the Mew.
All right. We'll go back up into Fan Rotom here. We have abilities. Ultra Ball away Raihan and Colress's Tenacity. Let's grab the barrel. While I'm in here, I'll use Artisan.
Yep.
And we'll get Squovit. I've got 1 card in hand. So I think that this is proper sequencing. I think I'm going to draw up to 3 with Oranguru first. Then I'll Nest Stash. And then I'll go Barrel.
Just like you be to just have escape rope on the turn, then I take a knockout with Wob. Just saying.
It happened. I felt
Always
bad
have
for
it.
you. I felt bad for you.
Always have it against me. Like I said, we're going to lunch. We hit each other in Atlanta.
All right. Let's draw 3. 1, 2. There's the energy I need. So I'm just going to go ahead and play Capture Energy. Let's go and get a basic here. Cyclizar KOing almost everything on that side. So I think let's go Cyclizar here. All right. Let's go ahead and nest stash. Throw those on the bottom. We'll draw our 1. And then let's go ahead and let's draw up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I drew an extra one, but we were going to draw with Dodrio anyway. So there it
Sure.
is. And then, yeah, we'll go ahead and assault landing here for the kill.
Turn board back to hand. Promote Zatu and draw for turn. Pinch Giratina. Turn board to Zatu.
Who'd you go after with Giratina, by the way? Oh, is it only from discard pile?
Yeah, only from discard pile. Yep.
Did you want to discard it to Kirlia and then do the thing?
Yeah, that's the smart decision for sure.
Yep.
All right. Discard Giratina with Kirlia. Draw 2. Pop Giratina. Go the barrel and Rangaroo.
All right.
Go. No, I think I would have rather done the play. Too late now, but I think I would have rather done the play that I had lined up. I was going to discard the Psychic Energy, bring it back.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
You
The way
can do that instead. Yeah, do that because it's just Giratina doesn't pink, right? It's still the same play.
Damage. Yeah. Giratina just doesn't ping.
Yeah.
Because I want the energy there for Malamar.
Makes sense. My bad for bringing it.
No, you're cool. You're cool. I in any other case, I wouldn't have even probably thought of it, and that's why it's interesting. Is that like I don't even think I thought of it. All right, so we'll discard the Psychic Energy, draw the 2 cards, pull there. All right, then we will play Letter. Two more Psychics. Now we get to start accelerating with Malamar. We've got extra energy in hand for turn, and we have Malamar for that energy from the discard pile. So now we have an attack with Giratina lined up this turn.
All right.
Kind of going through brain space. 2 energies. I also have Raihan, so I could probably just Raihan the energy. It's like a much better play. We'll Raihan the energy. Get effectively Monkey Dory doing anything with its damage yet, but we can kind of get it into play, I think.
Okay.
That or we go for the Gallade. It's also probably a smart shout. So we'll Raihan this energy onto Giratina.
Okay.
Let's search our deck for any card. Need Dimension Valley at this point, so we're going to leave that for later. Turn to just knock out with Giratina and one. That we will go ahead and get off of our Raihan. That's good.
Okay.
All right. We will bench Monkey Dory. Take Evo Soda off the prize cards. And knock out.
Makes sense.
There. It is energy stuck on the swab, but at some point we can retreat them off. Heck, we may even get to take another KO with him at some point as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Clairvoyant Sense and draw 2. Hatch turn. No extra energy in the discard pile. Zatu into Giratina. And we will do Shadow Impact for 130. Edge on our monkey.
All right, we'll go up into Squovit here. U-turn board comes back to hand. We'll draw. Hey, there's finally a fire energy. All right, here is a U-turn board. Let's go ahead and see what's up off of Dodrio here. Let's go ahead and throw a powerful energy onto Dodrio. I really want to find town map myself because we're getting to the cram point of the game.
Right now, actually.
Are you at 4?
Yep, 4 right now.
All right. I'm going to KO this Kirlia, I think.
I don't think it's a bad shot at all.
I'm 10 short on Zatu. Is the issue.
Yeah.
So
we just took Evo Soda off the prize cards too, so that's what we're eyeing at.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and boss up Kirlia. Let's go up into Squovit here. It's kind of like where we're at in terms of supporters and cards in our hand. There's not a whole bunch I want to do currently. So yeah, well, Ballistic Beak here. So it's 10 plus 30. So that's 70 plus the powerful energy, which is 90. So we'll take the K on the Kirlia. We'll stay ahead. And we do not get cram off of our
Really, an opportunity to get these energies off the Swab effect. So let's promote Wob.
Okay.
Draw for turn. No tools on Baitia's side that we need to really be kind of getting rid of. Knockout with Giratina just fine. Did leave us in a little bit of a iffy spot Pokemon wise. Let's Artisan. Anybody that we really want to get out. Mimikyu doesn't seem too bad though. I think I have a different way to get it. A bit more efficient with our card usage in case we do see a Marnie or an Iona or something to that state. Let's Mysterious Treasure away Evo Soda. They even taken the Evo Soda. Should have definitely taken the N, having the Mysterious Treasure in hand.
Okay.
That's okay. So Mysterious Treasure away Evo Soda. We got Mimikyu. Here. Mimikyu will not take this knockout, though. We're not that worried about that case. We've got Giratina healthily already on board. Go. The 2 energies off of Giratina.
Yep.
Go up our Alpha Wobbuffet and go up into Giratina. Then we will Psychic Recharge and Energy onto Mimikyu. I like it. Shadow Impact for knockout.
Yep.
40 on
All right.
Darn.
We'll draw here. Let's go Rescue Stretcher. Fan Rotom, Duduo, Dodrio. Back into my deck here. Let's go ahead and use Artisan. And we will grab Fan Rotom. I'm going to use Nest Ball to grab the Duo. All right. Energy going on Fan Rotom here. I'm going to go ahead. I think I'm going to use Special Charge. We got a double energy in our deck. Plus, we have powerful, colorful energy in our deck. So I
Sure.
kind of want to see those two cards back in
Sure.
my deck here before we do some cool stuff. I'm going to Guzma up the Monkey Dory.
Wow.
And we'll go up into Fan Rotom. And I got to be thinking about kind of the next couple turns and what those next couple turns look like. So even though I have double colorless energy in hand, let's put another one back. And I'm really looking for acceleration. So I'm going to go ahead and Nest Stash here. Joe's saying you got Mysterious Treasure back from the discard pile. Did that?
Nope, I did not.
Yeah, okay, cool. Seems like he did not have it back. So we're Nest Stash there. Let's go ahead and burn this tag call. And we will, I think, just fail it. I don't think Malinana is worth a whole bunch to me right now. I was really glad that you didn't find the dark energy that turn. Or a special energy. All right, let's instruct. Let's play Palpad here. Because I do want Guzma and Raihan both back into my deck at this point. Could have Sori played it in one, but could have been a mistake. Yeah. I'm not sure. I didn't see him play it, and he doesn't have it in his hand, so I'm all for it. But thanks, Joe. We appreciate you looking out.
Yeah.
We
yeah,
make mistakes all the time.
For sure. For sure.
All right.
Turn one we had the pop off with Battle VIP Buddy Buddy.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
we're drawing 3 with the barrel here. Let's go ahead and town map so that we can see not to grab our friend Hops Cramorant, which is going to be a dead card on the return KO. And then from here, we have Artisan in play, so let's Assault Landing for the KO. And we will take, to be honest, Scoop Up Net's probably better than almost anything else.
We can take this knockout with Mimikyu, though. Mimikyu would be great to save for a Snorlax, but you don't have Snorlax on board right now to get him. But I think this is the time to kind of put this Frozen City into play and let it do what it's going to do on your side. So let's promote our Xatu.
All right.
Treat. Draw for turn. Right. Counterplay to what we have going on. We got Latios.
All right.
Latios can come down in case the Snorlax does come in. Take the knockout on the Snorlax. Go.
Joe mentioning he sure hopes they don't ban being able to have double colorless energies in deck. If I was a betting man, I would say
Gone.
that they are gone. And if I was
Not
a
a betting
dragon
man.
player, I would not be super worried, but I would still be relatively worried.
I would not be worried yet. That
Mm,
one.
I'd be thinking
Energy.
about it.
I'm gonna energy retrieval the psychic energy so that we
Yep.
get clairvoyance. Draw two. Bad. Make a choice for sure. Let's go Avery and draw three cards.
All right. Um, Oranguru and I think Cycles are going bye bye.
Ugh. And immediately draw into the monkey back, but have benched the Latios. So misplays all around right now. Which is okay. We're fine. We will put Frozen City into play.
Yep. Artisan bye bye. I don't think that
And
Double Dragon's going to be hit, but all the arguments that people have come out with um, also pertain to Double Dragon. So if Mahone is, again, he's the one who makes the decisions. If he's trying to be consistent with what he's saying about the double energies, he might consider Double Dragon, but he's also come out and said it might kill the deck. So again, I'm I'm anxious if I'm a dragon lover, but I'm not overly worried. So I wouldn't sweat it too much yet.
retreat into Giratina and Shadow Impact for 130. Put 40 on Latios.
All right. Fan run them done. We'll go up into Squovit here. We'll draw for turn.
Hammer Frisbee.
Come on, chat.
Sorry. I just catch it. I'm catching it quick, luckily. That's good.
Discord like changed today. It just feels like something wrong with Discord because we were having issues with it being kind of wonky
Yeah.
earlier too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you've set up my Dodrio for a KO here. So there's
Yep.
Dodrio. There is Dodrio. And I've got like Night Stretcher and stuff. Is there anything that I want to get back? Part of me wants to just get Fan Rotom back. There's 2 KOs on the board. Oh, wait, you end up in a Giratina.
No, yeah.
Can I get there with Dodrio then? Because
I don't know.
Dodrio is going to do 10 damage to itself, plus another 30, plus colorless. Oh, I guess I gotta do something different. I think actually now.
Yeah, that was my thought process. Was like Mimikyu, Dodrio, easy. Yeah.
All right. Well, here's Night Stretcher then for Cyclozar. And let's go Fighting Fury Belt. There. Let's just get Turbo Energize out of my deck. Let's go on a barrel here. And then let's Nest Stash here. Let's draw 1. Let's go ahead and barrel up to 5. Perfect. That's all we needed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, here's Raihan and Energy. Let's go and get a card. It's gotta be that card. All right. What's the best way to sequence this? So let's draw with Dodrio. Let's play Trainer's Mail. I guess show you an Arvin. Shuffle this up. All right. Let's go Twin Energy here on the Cyclozar. Gonna take 2 damage counters. Arvin is in hand. Let's retreat Squovit up into Cyclozar. We've played Raihan this turn, so we will do 150 to Giratina, and we will take Hex Maniac.
Probably just E.
Is it
So
directed to double colorless energy only? Then Dragon should be good. And Joe, I think that's the thought process, but the thought process from Mahone, or at least what he explained in the Discord, is that like unconditional double energies have always been an issue in Magic's history, and it's just like attach it like double energies make bad cards good, and that's the only reason why. And it feels really bad for an opponent to be attacking on turn 2 off of just attach. So those were some of the points that he made. So if the Pokemon Company is going to keep printing busted cards, but they've shown that they're not willing to print more double energies, then like you should go after double energies. And if you're going to apply that logic to double colorless, then you should also apply that logic to double dragon energy. But again, I don't think that that's actually going to be the case. It's just if you apply that same logic, it does apply to double dragon energy.
all right. I'm gonna pop Giratina.
Yep.
Make you have it. We're gonna go with Barrel Squovit. We're gonna go Malamar Energy to Giratina. We got Field Blower. We're gonna Field Blower away Fighting Fury and my own Frozen.
Yep.
We're gonna go Clairvoyance, Sense. Draw 2 cards. Got Hatch for turn. How many cards you got in that hand?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Got Hex. We got Marnie. We Hex him. He can't do Drio. Drio can't do any more damage to itself. Not taking KO. He would have to have something else. We got Marnie. Marnie could disrupt his hand. I think it's got to be Hex. I think it has to be Hex. So let's go Hex Maniac. And reach into Tina. Rodrigo's doing 70 damage, so this is a good point.
What's doing 70 damage?
Your Dodrio can't do any more to itself. It can't ping itself anymore. Okay. Shadow Impact for knockout. We'll do 42. Gotta be the Natu.
All right. We'll go up into Squovit here, and we will draw for turn. Have you field blowered yet?
Yep, just did. Just did.
If I hex you back, do I live? I think so.
If you hex me back?
Yeah, if I hex you back, do I live? I think the answer is yes.
You got something bigger than 130.
It's called Luxurious Cape, baby.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Sure.
Yeah. Check your discard pile for me. Have you used Escape Rope yet?
No. Negative.
All right. You've used Arvin. You've used Teammates. How many cards in hand do you have?
No, not use Teammates this game. I don't even know if this deck runs Teammates, so.
Okay. You've used Ryan.
6. 7 cards in hand. 7 cards in hand, B.
You have 2 pivots on board. We can't draw. Like that's the problem. I have Guzma or I have Luxurious Cape Dodrio, and like both of them are exactly the same, right?
Right.
Um, so here is Energy on Dodrio. Here is Hex Maniac. Let's retreat into Dodrio and let's Ballistic Beak for 40. All right.
Draw for turn. Probably got it. I think that you probably got it with that.
All right. Woo, we did it.
No way to pick anybody up. Got Galarian Articuno. Can't use his ability to bring anything down into play. So, be a
Dang, this game has been so close, Logan. Cool. Checking to see if my screen was frozen there.
I could. Still thinking. I mean, I could retreat this Giratina and just like be like, oh, here's Wobbuffet. But I think you've got Guzma in hand, so
Yeah,
I don't see any reason to play anything out any further. Uh, yeah. Marty's the only supporter that we have return anyway, so it would bop that Guzma, but kind of I'm feeling like it's cook not for me at the house tonight. So I'm cool. I will attack Shadow Impact
Yeah,
for 30
tons of damage.
damage back.
And then, yeah, now we don't have to do anything else. We can just attack. GG's.
Yep. Yep.
I mean, that's the power
Jeez.
of. So, I mean, like, Hops was bad there. All right. Hops was, like, actively bad in the opening turns. Like, that's how I had to take the KO in order to get the Wob out of the active so I could start using my draw engine. So that's kind of like the downside of it, which is why I think that it's more fair than people think it is. And then, of course, Cramorant was prized, and we never really got to see it do its thing. But what I really liked about what our deck was doing was, man, Dodrio and Fanrun were busted. And people should be playing those cards 100%. Fanrun for sure. I think Dodrio is just another one energy draw engine that can also take a KO, is more busted than people have given it credit for. So.
Definitely. Definitely. The Drio's in my list for sure. Love that card.
Yeah, and I should be playing Muscle Band. If I had been playing Muscle Band, that game gets a little bit better, I think. Logan, game 3?
It's cool with me, B.
Okay, all right. What you thinking about playing?
Probably Darkness. It's another one of those real popular decks in format. So.
All right. Into Darkness, do you think? I mean, it's kind of like a played out matchup, but they've gotten some new tools recently, and I don't think I've played them against each other recently. Problem is weakness with grass. I think, is it just Hoopa? Is Hoopa the only grass weak one?
So.
Cool. I think I'm going to pick up grass then.
Moltres.
No, Moltres too.
But he's a late game card, so you hope to not be swinging with Moltres for only for the one big swing. So.
Yeah, for a while. First time GLC player won with Hops Colorless. Yeah, hey, we just put a really fun game on display of Hops Colorless. We just felt like we had everything. Hops Colorless might be too good. I think the problem is Colorless might be too good, and then the Hops tools are good. D-Man, was a large portion of it because of the new cards, or was a large portion of it that they won because Colorless is just strong? All right, Logan. What are you feeling? Heads or tails? Well, okay. Well, actually, I think you get to pick.
Yep, I'll go second.
All right. All right. playing tons of Pokemon, but I'm going to show you our first mulligan of the night. Roserade, Grass, Avery, Research, Marnie, Ultra Ball, Teammates.
Got one right back at you. So, no harm, no foul. Arvin, Janine's, Dark Claw, Teammates, Arvin, Dark Energy, Wheezing, Artisan.
Gotcha. Now, we had Journey Together cards legal at my locals this past Wednesday. I don't think a single person proxied them up. I think we were all just still kind of getting our badges with our respective decks. Cloister Water. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Tamer Mushrooms, Cloister Water tanky list. Took down the night. I lost in round 1 to Metal that had Magnezone on turn 2, and then finished up 2-0 the rest of the way. But that Metal list ended up going against Tanky Water. The Tanky Water just too tanky. All right, cool. Going to show you a second mulligan here, which I'm very happy about. 4 Grass Energy in hand. We did have a ball guy, though.
Got one that time.
All right, believe in the basic. That is basic. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. That's a good one to start. All right, Logan, you get an extra one. All right. We got Zaru in the active.
We have got Sableye.
All right. Draw for turn here. All right. Ultra Ball away. Teammates and Hex Maniac here. I'm just going to be kind of playing into getting set up here. So let's do our cheater prize check here. I'm really just looking for a Turtwig, if I'm going to be honest with you, which Thwacky's prize, but everything else seems okay. So game plan is to get Turtwig then. Hopefully search out our other boys next turn. So there's Turtwig. I'm going to bench Rosalia. And then I'm going to attach Energy to Zarude. We got a 2-card hand, but we're going to pass it your way.
Another stinker hand in the way of the winds tonight.
Oof.
Teammates and Raihan both. Dark City, U-turn board, Artisan. We do have Artisan to put Artisan in play. If we had an Energy, it would be hooping this turn, but as it stands, we put Artisan into play and use Artisan to our cheater prize check.
Yep.
Coughing down, not the end of the world, not too terrible.
Yeah, coughing would wreck us. Coughing just wrecks grass.
Yep.
Ooh, Joe mentioning turtle time. Yeah, we might get Torterra in here. I believe in the Torterra.
It's probably just Purloin. The rest of the hand. Not great. We'll excavate. See that there. Pass it to you, B.
All right,
I'm
we'll
gonna
draw
turn
here.
this U-turn board down onto the side.
All right, that's level ball off the top. So I'm going to rip a level ball first. And level ball is going to go grab us a Roserade. While we're in the deck, I'll go ahead and use Artisan as well. Let's just get a Groki down. I'm gonna play Roserade here, and in all honesty, I think it's just grab Turffield. Let's use Turffield, and let's grab ourselves a Grottle. Here's Grottle. We'll use Sundrenched Shell, and Sundrenched Shell is just gonna get us a Bulbasaur. I mean, the lines are pretty straightforward for grass. Do the thing, have the thing, be doing the thing all the time. Pretty cool too that we can pack call at the end of turn. I don't want to overbench too much because I'm always scared of Parallel City. But I am going to rip a Marnie here, which would maybe help you out a bit as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The cards I really like to see. Let's go second energy here on to Zarude. And then I'm just going to pack call. And pack call is going to grab us a, where you at? Ivysaur. All right, all you.
Draw for turn. We'll go Ball Guy.
All of the above. Cool. Kudos to them. It's always great when a first time GLC player wins an event, or like when like someone's first time they come out and they do well, because that means they're probably coming back. Z man, I only think of that as a positive. Obviously, Hop's busted, but building locals is hard. So having people win, having people be excited is good. Keep them coming back.
I'll get off of the Ball Guy, Nest Ball, Suian Heavy Ball, and Timer Ball. Start with the Suian Heavy. We're going to get the coughing out. Got a lot of basic search within the Artisan and Nest Ball, so find time to get the coughing out and into play. We're going to rip Timer Ball. 1 heads off of the Timer Ball.
All right.
Liepard.
Well, if you have the wheezing this turn, that's kind of busted.
Yeah, we'll go. Well. It just depends on if we hit an energy off of
Lipard.
a couple cards. Yep. All right. While we are still in deck, we're gonna go Nest Ball and Artisan respectively.
Mm-hmm.
Nest Ball, we're gonna get probably Spiritomb, and Artisan probably.
Oh, Artisan's been bumped, by the way. I played Turffield.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. One of
And
those.
just to get 1. All right. So then probably
Sorry.
still needs to be Spirit in the current situation, given the situation in our hand. We'll go Spiritomb. Cool.
Spiritomb going to be a bit of an issue, too. 1 energy hit big. We don't really have a lot of pokey attackers in the grass deck. It's kind of one of its downfalls.
Liepard. Going to Excavate. Card, Technical Machine Turbo Energize.
Yep. It's not energy. It's got to go.
Exactly. And we will discard Ultra Ball with Liepard and draw 2. Hiding Dark to Coughing. Retreat. And Ascension to Galarian Wheezing. I'll go.
All right. We'll draw here. Okay, I think with we got boss in hand, so it's not a play I want to make, but I think it's a play I have to make. So let's boss up the Liepard. Let's evolve into Ivysaur here. Let's use Turfield. It's going to grab us Relabone. Let's use Grottle. It's going to grab us a Torterra, maybe? I think we'll grab a Torterra there.
Do you also have Rare Candy Rillaboom?
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm
do.
done. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done for the not be.
All
It's
right.
just not my not. Not my not, buddy.
Yeah,
I
no.
don't wanna. Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, we got
I'm not
Rare
gonna
Candy
sit and
Rillaboom.
play into. Yeah, yeah. That's cool. That's
Cool.
cool.
All right, guys.
Yep,
Thanks for hanging out with us. Playing some good decks tonight.
for sure.
Yep. Cool. We'll see you
Base
guys back.
roll tonight, jeez. For sure.
All right. We'll see you guys all back